are on a mini road trip this morning, heading to my mother and father-in-law's, who have kindly allowed us to use their kitchen to bake some Christmas cookies. They have a much more modern and big and nice kitchen than I do, and I do think to some degree there's going to be a little bit of like not being used to the oven. You know how it is, like driving someone else's car, using someone else's oven. I think their stuff works a lot more how it's supposed to though. So I think it should be smooth sailing and it'll be fun to get to be in a different environment. Mostly gone to plan so far. The only real hiccup I had is that I brought an egg for one of the recipes and it broke in the car en route. But fortunately my mother-in-law has eggs, so I was able to take one of hers, so that was all good. I'm just at the stage where I'm packing my butter spritz cookie into my cookie press. This is always, I feel like every year I like relearn how to use this in the best way. It's a very thick dough. You really couldn't pipe it. I remember trying to pipe it one year. It does not pipe well. It goes better through the cookie press, but the cookie press sometimes doesn't press out very easily, particularly if the surface that you're putting it onto, it doesn't stick. I have a feeling it actually prefers not to be on like a slip mat or parchment paper, but I'm gonna play, and worst comes to worst, I just have to put the dough back in and repipe. But it's really nice and satisfying when it works. And also these are definitely a big family favorite cookie in this household, in my in-laws household. So I'm glad to be making them. I decided to go with one that I know first, and then I have a bit more of an experimental, something a bit different to make after this. Into my good flow that's always nice to get into when you're making cookies. I've got a couple of cooling racks that I'm using. So one will be when the cookies are coming right out of the oven, and then the other one is the ones that are a little bit more cool, and once they're fully cooled down, they go into my Tupperware. This oven, I'm really enjoying the novelty of having a window on the oven. Honestly, like our new oven that we're gonna get will have a window, but I'm not used to it, and it's so nice to be able to look at the cookies without having to open the oven. I do prefer mine to cook a little bit longer than the recommended time. So they generally say 6 to 8 minutes. I like mine to just be just a little bit golden brown. I don't know if you can see there. You can just see just the edges are ever so slightly golden brown. I feel like that adds a nice little caramelly flavor. And so for me, it's working out to be 10 minutes. And I'm a lot more confident with the temperature being correct on this oven than I am with my own oven. I don't have too many left to do. We definitely have a lot of cookies coming. I will put up what the grand total is on the screen because I will know by the time I'm editing, but I can then, once these are done, move on to the next type of cookie. Eventually, these are gonna get dipped in white chocolate and then have some red and green sprinkles put on top. But I'm actually gonna do that part at home just because they take a long time for the chocolate to harden, and it would be simpler and easier to be able to just kind of space out in my own kitchen and give it all the time that it needs. But so far, so good. we are officially in that cookie zone again. So I've got 2 racks of cooling cookies, one that needs to stay on the tray for 10 minutes and then it can go onto the rack, and then I've got the other one that's fully cooling on the other rack that will go into my Tupperware. We've just put some in the oven, so once the ones are allowed to come off of their baking tray, I can pipe out the next ones. I would be curious to know if it would work in my butter spritz cookie press, because it's a lot simpler than doing the piping, and my piping, it's fine, but it's not as consistent, obviously. But I don't want to mess around with what I'm doing right now because I think it is working. I am keeping them in for there's a time range, 14 to 16 minutes. I prefer the 16 because I do like my cookies to have a little bit more of a crunch. And I let my mother-in-law, who wants the gluten-free, and myself sample one, and I think they are really good, especially for gluten-free cookies. So these ones are gluten-free chocolate butter cookies from someone called the Loopy Whisk. I've been having this person come up on my Instagram. Instagram has figured out that I'm very interested in anything kind of Christmas related, particularly anything baking Christmas related. So I've been seeing lots of suggestions, and I have a couple of people in my extended family who are celiac, who need gluten-free food. And it's really nice to be able to find good recipes online. So I was definitely intrigued by this one because the person who makes these recipes, she described herself as looking at it from a scientific point of view and the science of baking and trying to make it work. And I think these are going to be really good. So the other ones that I made earlier, the regular butter spritz cookies, are going to be dipped in white chocolate with then some sprinkles, red and green and white sprinkles. These ones are going to be dipped in milk chocolate and then with the red, green and white sprinkles. I think they're all going to look really pretty. I think they're going to be a really nice array of things. I did notice this year my cookie tray seems to be very chocolatey. And I did say to Phil, should I maybe have done something different? Or maybe instead of one of these, I should do something else. And basically, he said, everybody loves chocolate. At least in his family, everybody loves chocolate. So I don't think you can go too far wrong. And obviously the butter spritz are not, the sort of other first batch vanilla ones are not chocolate. The whoopie pies, they are chocolate, but they're not an intense chocolate. And that's why I like them. They're kind of like a milder chocolate flavor. And the peanut butter blossoms, they have a little chocolate on there, but they're not too much. Yeah, clearly I've leaned into the chocolate this year, but I do think I have a nice variety, and I'm so grateful that we were able to come here. My mother and father-in-law have been very sweet and generous, offering to make us cups of tea. My father-in-law made me a sandwich for lunch, which was really nice. So I'm gonna see how long it takes to finish these bits up, but like I said, I'm gonna do the final part of it, dipping them in the chocolate once I get back home. Have made it back home. I am very happy with what I managed to achieve today. I feel like it was nice to be able to spend a little bit of extra time with the family and get some Christmas cookies made up. I'll pop in the total of the 2 different cookies that I managed to make today. Now, I did have ambitions of coming home and then doing the chocolate dip and sprinkle part of it, but realistically, I'm pretty tired. I've been on my feet all day. There's been a lot of baking going on, and I don't mind leaving that till tomorrow. There is absolutely no rush. It's more just a thing of mentally it'd be nice to have it done, but it'd be nicer to do tomorrow. I won't mind doing it so much tomorrow. For now, I don't think we're going to get up to too much. It is already in the evening time. It is feeling like time to get ourselves organized with dinner and then some kind of relaxing as well. It was nice to see my mother and father-in-law's house looking so Christmassy. They've done a great job with all the decorations. I always enjoy seeing all different decorations, and that's something that I didn't mention, but I really am loving at work at the moment. I always enjoy in December time, I get to go to lots of different people's houses and I see all their different take on Christmas, and it's really fun to get to see that. So it was nice to get a little preview. I felt like a Christmassy preview today, because definitely the whole place was looking very Christmassy. I put on some Christmas music to keep me going while I was baking. There was a fire going at one point. There were chocolates out. It definitely had the Christmassy feel, even though we're not quite there yet, but it is what we are looking forward to in the next couple of days after Christmas, when we get to spend our time with the family on the 26th and 27th. There was also a bit of a weird undertone today though that I hadn't mentioned, but one of my uncles passed away earlier in December, and there have definitely been some tears here and there. I mean, it is real life. As much as I'm showing like the nice, the positive side of things, there is also the rest of life that goes on, and it was really sad to lose him. It was pretty unexpected. He did have some health problems, but things happened just quite suddenly in a way that nobody anticipated. And it's always hard to lose somebody in any which way that you lose them. But I do really love that uncle, and I was really sad. My husband and I were both really sad to hear that he's gone, and he is very much in our hearts. And today, the reason why I mention it is because today is the memorial service for him, and it's hard not to be there. It's a weird thing when you lose somebody, and when you're there to support the family rather than for the person, but also to remember the person. And being in another country, not being able to do that has been really tough. And that's something that's happened, you know, various times over the years. And it always feels extra hard to be away from all the family, and you wish you could be together and give each other love and hugs and share your tears. And getting emotional now just talking about it. But one of the things that's like come from, I think COVID started this quite a lot, but you know, in the modern age where we are, there was actually a live stream of the memorial service, though I wasn't able to watch it live because we were driving home at that time. We can watch it this evening, so I can feel like I'm at least, you know, emotionally there with the family and getting to see how it all went. And I think it's going to be a really tough time, and I think I need to prioritize taking some time to do that this evening, even though I know I'm going to be a ball of tears. But I would rather have done something to honor my Uncle Jack, who's not with us, and feel a little bit closer to the family. There's something just like that little bit extra painful about losing somebody near the holiday season, and I know it's going to be a really tough Christmas for my cousins. But I'm glad that at least the family will be able to get together. I do also have my Fabric Godmother Advent to open, but I think I'm going to leave it for tomorrow. It just feels like too much of an emotional swing. I feel like I just need to have a relax, have some time for reflection, some time for self-care, and prioritize that tonight. So I will be catching up with you guys tomorrow when there'll be some hopefully pretty Christmassy activities going on. I've got some fun things that I'm hoping to do and take you guys along. I'll see you then. Bye.